The Brian Gould Show features content from the internet and current events throughout the world. All photos, videos, names, and other content is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't fall asleep. It's rude.
Hey everybody, welcome to the newest edition of the Brian Gould Show. I'm your host, Brian Gould, along with...
Joe, why isn't my picture up there with the rest of the champions cool?
Sidney Crosby, Dean Ambrose, and LeBron James. And we didn't talk about it last week, but I called it for those of you that do listen and know that I'm a big hockey fan, and I might have even said this on one of the previous episodes.
You said the winner of the Pittsburgh-Tampa game would become...
Negative. The Pittsburgh-Washington series. That was the Stanley Cup before the Stanley Cup happened. And the winner of that series would go on to win the Stanley Cup. And I firmly believe that, and it did come through. A couple people that I know personally just had a friendly bet, nothing... No money or anything like that, but
no tattoo?
Nothing, no tattoo. That Pittsburgh would win it in 6, and they did. Then last night, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all those dads out there. And you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb on this one and say Happy Father's Day to all those moms that do both jobs and don't get the recognition.
I know some dads that are mothers.
Yeah, there you go. So Dean Ambrose and LeBron James, they both took championships in their respective sports. LeBron, of course, the NBA, and Dean Ambrose, if you don't know who that is, he wrestles for the WWE. He won the heavyweight championship for the WWE last night. So
he also won Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that too.
And cashed in his briefcase.
That's how he got it.
Which one of those three do you think, in your opinion, they're all hated?
They are all hated. Now, Sidney, I don't hate the guy. Like I said in our previous episodes, he's a hockey guy, so am I. I think he's a great athlete. He won MVP. LeBron James won a championship and MVP last night, and Dean Ambrose won his championship. I'm not a Dean guy. I am a Michigan boy, so naturally I don't like the state of Ohio. Up in Michigan, when we flush our toilets, that's where all of our poop goes.
It runs down.
Yep. So as far as LeBron as an athlete... Great athlete. I'm glad he got one in Cleveland. I'm going on record to say this. He got a championship in Cleveland so critics can get off his freaking back. He's hated by a lot of people.
Why is that? Is it because he's so good?
Yeah, and I was the same way towards Michael Jordan back in the late 80s through the 90s. I mean, again, being a...
And mine was Mike Tyson. When Tyson was at his peak and knocking people out in 18 seconds, I hated the guy.
Always winning. Always win. So naturally, you hate the person that is held up on the pedestal like LeBron is.
So you hate me?
I said held up on a pedestal, not holding the pedestal. But I think of the three, naturally, LeBron's probably hated the most because he's the most recognized of those three.
I don't know about that. I think...
No one in the WWE. I mean, I know some people are Dean fans, but he just doesn't make me believe he's heavyweight championship material, so I'm not a big fan. I mean, if you're to put it in order for who I like the least out of these three, starting with number 3 would be Sidney. The second one would probably be LeBron, and then number 1 would be Dean on my list. I don't care for him.
You don't care for Dean?
No.
I'm not a Dean fan either. I don't see anything special about the guy. If the WWE plans on drawing any crowds or money, I don't think Ambrose is the man to do it.
No.
They don't have that guy anymore.
So... Championship weekend is now done and over with.
Congratulations to all of those guys for winning championships. Actually, it's not all those guys. It's 2 teams and an individual.
Yeah, well, congratulations to them still.
Yeah.
I mean, the 2 team players, Sidney Crosby and LeBron, both won MVPs in their sports. So individual performance was key for them as well, not just a team performance.
If you take either one of those players off...
Yeah, we had this talk. You take Sidney out of Pittsburgh, they're not winning a Stanley Cup. You take LeBron out of Cleveland's lineup, they're not winning that championship.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious there.
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of sports, I know our listeners some of them really don't care for it. But shifting gears after this topic, your boy Stamkos talks rumor trades. Detroit or Buffalo. Buffalo's in contention because they've got cap space and picks to trade.
I'd rather see him go to Buffalo. I really would.
At this point, I kind of think I would too, but that Pavel Datsyuk scenario is really going to hurt us because he's 37 years old. We still have to pay him if he goes back to Russia, and by the sounds of it, he's pretty much done with that, and he's going back. So for us to trade his rights to make a move to get Stamkos, then we're going to lose one or two other key players as well. De Kaiser's name's been mentioned, and he's your
backup goalie, I think, was
Mrazek?
No, Mrazek.
Our backup is Mrazek.
Fleury. Is it Fleury?
Our starter is
who's on?
Howard.
Oh, Howard.
Yeah. And, anyways, long story short with that is Tampa...
They can't keep him. There's no way they can keep him and keep all the other...
Yzerman said he's not getting rid of him. Tough snot. So...
Where are they going to find all this money for him?
Right.
Because they have Bishop to sign, they have Nikita Kucherov.
Yeah, you're going to lose a couple key ones just to keep that one. Callahan's up. You're going to lose him. Kucherov, Callahan.
I could see getting rid of Callahan.
Definitely not. That kid's been glued to that team.
More
than you know.
Getting rid of Callahan.
But anyways, if Stammer goes to Detroit, that'll help put some butts in seats for our new stadium coming up because we're losing.
Speaking of Detroit, what about your boy Gordie Howe passing away? Sad day.
Very sad.
One of the greatest, if not the greatest.
Mr. Hockey, that's what they call him. Mr. Hockey from Hockey Town.
All these great people are passing away. Ali.
What about that kid, the Star Trek kid?
Oh, no. I don't look at him from Star Trek. I look at him from Alpha Dog.
Alpha Dog and Star Trek. He did the third Star Trek movie's coming out this summer. And it'll definitely push sales. That's what happened with the Fast and Furious when Paul Walker died. That was the biggest grossing movie.
Is he really a key player in Star Trek?
Yeah, he's Dr. Chekhov.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you heard me. Dr. Chekhov.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, no.
I'm too old.
He did an excellent... Danny took me to see the second Star Trek film. I can't remember the name, the subtitle, the subtitle to it, but I did not see the first one, but I saw the second one, and I've always been a Star Wars guy, and I thought Star Trek was good. I thought they did an excellent... J.J. Abrams did an excellent job with it. So I definitely want to see the first one. I will see the third one, not because of the death, but because I actually thought the movie was good, and it's a good series.
I'm not a Star Trek guy, never was, even with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock and all those
The old
people.
one, I got into it when I was a kid, but...
I can't get into any space movies. I can't get into Star Wars. I saw the original Star Wars.
That's amazing, considering that's what you did in high school.
What?
Take up space.
Oh, baboom. Very good. Anything out there. But I can watch, like, Armageddon or something like that.
Yeah.
That
was
gets
a good movie.
me, but I don't like any of the nonsense.
The sci-fi.
Yeah, the sci-fi stuff.
You're not a sci-fi guy. That's fine.
Absolutely not. Nope. Can't handle it.
So I'm going to read some lyrics to a song, and I want you to tell me, one, who it is, which as soon as I start it, you're going to know, and then two, what's wrong with it. Okay?
Okay.
Take it from the top.
We'll try it.
First line. Oh, Canada. Obviously. Canadian national anthem. Our home and native land, true patriot love, and all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free, from far and wide. What's wrong with that?
Well, obviously, it's the
Canadian national
anthem.
Here, let me read this line to you. And listeners, you might catch on to where I'm going with this. Now, keep in mind, it's 2016, so you got to think of that mindset where everyone's at politically.
Okay.
True patriot love and all thy sons command.
All thy sons command.
There you go. You said it. Sons.
Yeah.
Canadian Parliament has just voted to change their national anthem from "In all thy sons command to, and all of us command to make their national anthem gender neutral.
Really?
WTF.
Really?
Right.
Has this world gotten that
exactly
political
that petty? Yes, it has. They're changing their freaking national anthem from sons to us to make it gender equal.
Now, what about the American national anthem?
Well, ours talks about
when it goes, "Oh, say, can you see?" What about for the blind people? They can't see. They ain't seeing anything.
or bombs bursting in air.
Got to change that. Yeah,
Bombs,
that sounds like war.
an airstrike. It is. Our
Yeah.
national anthem is based on war.
Change it something more cheery with a little tune to it. You
Right.
know, get one
James-
of the rap guys to do a
No,
national
how
anthem.
about James Brown living in America?
There you go.
But no, seriously. I mean, all kidding aside, they're changing their national anthem to make it gender neutral.
That's just stupid.
Come on, it's so petty. You're gonna change the. I mean, it. Wow.
Yeah, that's it. No words. I have no words for it. I mean, who's the person that comes up with that and says, "Okay, I think it's time"?
Somebody did, because their government, their parliament said, "Yep, we're changing it." You know, it's almost like that saying, "They took Christ out of Christmas."
Does it go along on the same lines as them putting who is a black person on the money?
Right, the female, and not to sound
They're
ignorant or
updating
not.
things
Yes,
and-
they're getting
And
what's.
I get it.
Yes, exactly. I get it. I understand that. You know, not necessarily maybe a black woman, but I get you have to change some stuff. The dollar bill, or the 20, the 50, the 100, whatever it is, that doesn't affect me. Fine. I don't care if it's Ronald McDonald's face on it, Tubman, MLK, whoever. That doesn't bother me. But the fact that you're going to change your country's
Anthem.
Anthem.
What associates
you know,
your country?
it's not a real old anthem either. It was, I believe it was written in 1980. Believe it or not, it's not that old.
Is that right?
It's not that old, but still, it is your country's theme song, I guess you would say.
Yeah. And
know-
it's recognizable. You might not know the words, but you know, okay.
Yeah, and I'm very familiar with it because growing up in the Midwest, growing up in Michigan, you know, the Red Wings played hockey and we played Canadian teams all the time. So to start off the game, you heard the national anthem and then the Canadian national anthem. You heard both.
Yeah.
And that's huge. You're changing the national anthem. That's like us saying, okay, well, we're going to make our flag racial neutral now. We're going to just make it black and white and brown and yellow. You know, all the colors of the rainbow. Might as well just do that. You know, come on.
You might be on to something there because think about it. They're trying to get rid of the Confederate flag because of what it used to stand for.
Right.
So everything's going, you know, in sessions where what was acceptable back then, you know,
Isn't now.
times are changing.
The sensitivity levels changed.
Yeah.
The tolerance levels
Absolutely.
changed. A lot's changed. I'm with certain change. And then some change is just like, you know what, it's got history, it's got heritage, you just don't touch it.
Like the Redskins name.
Right.
I don't think you should change that.
No, and I agree. And you know what? The surveys have been done, several surveys. Like 8 out of 10 Native Americans surveyed, 80%, 90% aren't offended by the name.
You're always going to find one person.
One or two here and there that are just like, oh, that offends me.
Right.
Fine. Well, guess what? You're the minority.
I could be offended in anything. I could be offended by that shirt.
Right.
You know that you're wearing right now.
I'm offended by your face, but I don't
Of
ask you to
course.
change it. I mean, geez.
Hey, I got a question for you. What do you get when you mix black and green?
Oh, Lord.
The new $20 bill.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And I apologize to
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
No.
Because I bet you 90% of the people that hear this didn't even get your joke.
What are you saying? Our listeners are stupid?
No, because your joke
Brian Gould said that.
Because
So if you see
Actually,
Brian Gould,
I'm gonna go
tell him
back.
you're not stupid.
I'm going to edit that so it repeats. Our listeners are stupid. Our listeners are stupid. And then put your face
Put
up.
it on a loop.
Yeah, put your face
Oh,
up.
no.
So, Canada. Golly. That's crazy.
Yeah. What's going to happen when Trump gets in office? Is he going to change the national anthem or
He
something?
could give two cadoodles about that.
Do you still think Trump's going to win?
Well, like we talked about last week, the mudslinging starting, and it's coming heavy right out the gate from Hillary Clinton's side, and Trump's not really keeping up with it, I guess.
Trump keeps repeating the same thing.
The same 4 or 5 things.
Over and over again.
And that's what I was saying last week. He
cheated, and
he needs to start focusing on the stuff that we want to have focused on. And why not finally just start with that? Go. Because the election's in a couple months.
Yeah. Did he do enough to win?
It seems like he's running in place now.
Right.
Before, it seemed like he was 2 laps ahead of everybody.
He was building up steam, and he stayed at a certain level, and he's not going any further. He needs to do that extra thing to really put him over the edge.
Well, and to me, like I said, not to beat a dead horse with it, but it sounds like he just needs to start talking about the political views that we need to cover that haven't been covered yet. The wall. Some people are pissed about hearing it, and some people, I think it's a great idea. Put the wall up. Let's go.
I agree.
Will it change things? To a degree, yeah, it'll help regulate some stuff, but will it ever change it completely? No. But you modify it as you go along. You don't just say this is the end-all, be-all decision. It's kind of like our, the Constitution. You add stuff to it to fine-tune it.
Okay, first it's the wall. Then what? Are you going to ship all the
Ship them back. That's what he wants to do.
Not just the Mexicans though. I mean, you have all the
illegal
Arabs
aliens,
and
illegals. And
illegals, yes, but there's some good Mexicans here too. And I got one cutting my grass now.
I have one friend.
Just kidding.
She's American, but she likes the Spanish culture, Mexicans preferably. She likes tan skin, and her big thing, like, she got irate and really gave it to me for about 2 minutes about deporting people, and Mexicans are people too, and it wasn't me bashing on Mexicans. It's just I take the same stance as some people do, is if you come in here illegally and don't do it the proper way, then you shouldn't be here.
Right.
Not to use the racist phrase, but go home, go back. You're not supposed to be here. You didn't do it the right way. And she's like, well, some of those people have feelings, and they need help, and they need to be treated properly because they're actually wanting to help us. Well, if we
go through the proper procedure,
right?
then.
If we have that mindset with every one of the Mexicans that cross the border, we're in a lot of hot water.
Right.
So
everybody would want to come.
Right. And I'm down for helping people, but that's not the way to do it. There's just a way to do it, and there's, to put a wall up and say, okay, 2 or 3 spots along that wall, you're going to come through a process of paperwork, background check, blah, blah, whatever it is that you have to do to come through America, and you're only allowed to stay for a certain time, and then you go back. Like the Europeans that come here to Florida. They're here,
on their visa.
On their visa. They come here for 2 months or 3 months, and then they have to go back. We know you came into our country. We know how long you're staying, where you're staying, and guess what? When time's up,
you're gone.
You're gone.
See ya. Thanks for coming.
Why can't we do that with the Mexicans? Canadians up in Michigan, they come through. What's the visit? Why are you here? And
what is the proper procedure? I mean, is it that hard that the Mexicans don't want to go through the proper procedure?
Right, exactly. Now, again, comparing it to the Europeans, the visa thing. Why can't the Mexicans do it? Why can they not abide by that same policy and procedure?
I don't know.
If they're running from whoever, they're scared, they need help, guess what? They're Europeans that are scared, need help, and everything else that need to follow the same directions and guidelines.
True story. I'm in Walmart yesterday, and I'm walking up and down the aisles.
If this is a
shopping.
Speedy Gonzalez joke.
No. True story. And I'm listening to everybody's conversation around me, and nobody's speaking English. They're all speaking Spanish to each other, and talk about feeling like a minority. And this is the U.S. And my theory is, you're in America now. This is my saying. You're in America. You speak English.
Their native tongue. If it's a conversation amongst themselves, I don't get too worried or edgy about that.
What are you hiding that you can't speak English?
I've got some friends that are Mexican, and I've asked them that same question. Why, you're here, learn our language, because their dialect's a little awful at times. But they're just like, well, we do it for two reasons. One, it's just faster because we know it. It's our language. It's our native tongue. And two, it helps us remember how to speak it. And I was like, really? And
you want to remember how to speak it? Go back to Mexico.
Well,
they speak it there.
Right. And she's like, after a while of speaking English, I start to forget certain Spanish words. And I'm like, oh, well, I get that. It makes sense. I get it. One, it's quicker because you know it, and two, you just want to keep it fresh.
It's so annoying to me.
But
and that's just my pet peeve.
Yeah, no, we're allowed to have them.
Yeah.
But going back to the
and it's not all the Mexicans. I have nothing against all the hard-working Mexicans, and there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
Our friend George Rodriguez, good family man, great friend, nicest guy you'd ever want to meet.
Yep.
Love the guy to death. Hey, Big George.
So, Trump definitely has his work cut out for him because the mud is slinging, and he is not looking good.
No.
He's really not looking good right now.
So will we see our first lady president?
If that election were to happen tomorrow, I would think so. Yeah.
The only thing that might save Trump, and there was rumors that Bernie Sanders was going to run independent. And if that happens, he'll take votes away from Hillary.
I think the gas on that's kind of come down too. For some reason, I don't. Again, if that election happens tomorrow and Bernie's like last minute, like, yeah, I'm jumping in, I don't think that saves Trump. I think we need Bernie to start pushing now to help Trump.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting.
It really is.
Can anything?
So, election for 2016 is coming up soon. As everybody knows, we're Trump supporters, so that's nothing new. Moving forward. Would you rather deal with the humidity that we just went through last week, or right now in Arizona it's 120 degrees?
No, thank you.
Yeah, dry heat wave over there.
Do I have a third option?
Tropical storm Danielle's crashing into Central America and Mexico right now as we speak.
Last week, being out in the heat as a FedEx driver, I was begging for it to rain.
Yeah.
So if it rains, I don't care. I want it to rain.
And today's actually the first official day of summer. Not to mention, so they pick a date today, and did you know it has an official time? It's officially summer at 6:34 p.m. Eastern time today. That's how lamefully detailed that has gotten.
Yeah, unless it's like if the groundhog sees its shadow winter is longer, whatever that crap is.
So let's step it up to our game, our new game that we started last week.
F, marry, kill.
Fun, marry,
kill. You gotta
kill.
have fun with one, you have to marry one, and you have to kill one.
I got my 3 for you.
You have your 3?
I wrote them down. You want to see your list?
Go ahead, because I got to think of 3 that I'm going to give you.
I'm going to give you Mariah Carey,
Ooh.
Jennifer Lopez,
Ooh.
and Janet Jackson.
Ooh.
All singers.
Wow.
There you go.
I like all 3 of them.
Yep. I tried to give you some fair ones, but hard ones this time.
I would have to... Man, Mariah's just crazy, but she would be fun. I guarantee you she would be fun. Jennifer has that big booty.
Badunk-a-dunk.
Badunk-a-dunk-dunk. Janet's looking a little old to me, she's looking old in the face. I'd have to kill Janet.
Okay.
Sorry, Janet.
Janet gets axed. So who are you fire
Mariah's
trucking?
too crazy. I'd probably have to just have fun with Mariah.
You'd fire truck Mariah.
Fire truck Mariah, and I would marry Jennifer.
Jennifer Lopez.
She might not be good enough for P. Diddy, but she's definitely good enough for me.
So the kill goes to Janet.
Goodbye, Janet.
You're fire trucking Mariah, and you're marrying J-Lo. Good for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because J-Lo can sing to me, too.
Oh, they all
Mariah
can
sing. Yeah.
Sing to you in the shower.
Who would I get for you?
Yeah, come on. You're supposed to have your 3 ready here, Chief.
Didn't have. But I'm thinking, do they have to be all women?
Oh, I'm not even going down that avenue.
Going down that road, huh?
No, definitely
Because I was going to put Caitlyn Jenner.
No. Yeah. Did he celebrate Father's Day yesterday?
Richard Simmons.
By the way, did he celebrate Father's Day?
He can't celebrate. Well, technically, he is still a father.
Yeah.
Whether he's a mother or a father, he still has his testes done. Either way, even if he had his testes removed,
Okay,
he'd
but
still
to
be
answer the
father.
question, does he celebrate it?
Yes.
Okay.
All
right. So my fun, marry, kill.
I could go with the Kardashians.
Oh.
Khloe, Kris, and Kim. Or I could pick Mae Young.
She's dead. They got to be living.
They have to be. Why?
Because
you can't have fun with a dead person?
you definitely cannot.
It's against the law.
Maybe you would, but...
I've had some fun with some.
All right, anyway. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go Kardashians. Kim, Khloe, and Kris.
Kris Jenner? Kim, Khloe. You couldn't throw Kylie in there, huh? It has to be Kris.
It has to be Kris. She's the wild card.
Kim, Khloe, or Kris?
I think I know who I would.
Khloe. She's the one that has the weight issues.
She's the beast.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. I would marry that one. Fun with Kim, and sorry, Kris, sayonara.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought about it.
What's wrong with Kris? Kris is pretty attractive for an older lady.
I might marry that one instead of Khloe. Hold on, let me...
Kris has all that. They all have money, but...
Yeah, but
Kris
you need
is
some
just,
stability
super
mentally long-term. And she's not going to be around super long-term.
So she's going to get killed anyhow, or she's going to...
Yeah, I want to marry Kris. Fun with Kim, and off Khloe. No, I'm going to go back to my original. Marry Khloe, kill Kris, fun with Kim. Final statement.
You'd marry the beast.
Yes.
Why? There has to be a reason.
She seems to be the most stable mentally of the 3.
So you're not going by looks alone.
I gotta be
Out
able.
of the 3, who's?
I gotta be able to put up with you.
You would say Kim was the most attractive.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I gotta be able to put up with you mentally.
And who would be the second most attractive? Kim, Khloe, or
No.
or Kris.
Kylie, definitely.
But you didn't put Kylie in there.
Well, of those 3, yeah, then Kris would be second, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yep. Like
Wow.
wine, you get finer with age.
Please, out there, if you have 3 people that you want us to have marry, kill, suggest them. Don't be afraid to make suggestions.
Don't be a chicken.
Yes, please.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. Fighting for a Cure 3 coming up August 13th. Make sure you find Florida Pro Wrestling on Facebook. Hit the donation button there. If you're in the area, in the greater Tampa Bay area, then definitely buy a ticket and come out. Check it out.
If you have a business that you would like to sponsor us, please get a hold of us.
Yeah.
We will give you a receipt that you can write
definitely
off.
a donation receipt for everything. All the money goes right to American Cancer Society. If you know of anyone or any businesses or anything that you can think of to help us fight for a cure for cancer, then please pass the message along.
If you'd like to be a volunteer, we could always use volunteers.
Yeah, get in touch with us. You know how to. Well, thanks for listening. Make sure you check out the website, BrianGouldShow.com. Me and my little man Leo started our own gaming channel this past week, so that's pretty fun. We play video games together, and
Leo's an internet sensation.
He's taken off, so go check that out. Guys, thanks for listening. We will catch you next week. Have a good week.
See ya!